Okay, so you just paid off a ton of debt and you were expecting your credit score to skyrocket, but it don't move my hair. Remember that? Remember her? Or even worse, it dropped. Let's talk about why that happens and what you can actually do to get your credit score to take flight. Before we move forward, I'm going to need you to immediately go and favorite this video and share it with someone who's also looking for tips on how to repair their credit. Let me say this. Paying off your debt is a huge deal. You should be proud of yourself for tackling it. But here's the frustrating part. Paying off your debt doesn't always give you the credit score boost that you're looking for. Trust me, sis, I've been there. It's confusing and honestly, it is frustrating. But once I learned how credit scores work, everything seems so much more doable. In this video, I'm going to break it down so that you can easily get on track with repairing your credit. Credit score is like a pie, right? I really wanted to dig into this analogy. So your credit score is like a pie, right? It's made up of different slices. And paying off debt only affects some of those slices. Here's what I mean. Credit utilization, which should be no more than 35%. That means if you have a credit card, this is the amount you're using compared to your limit. Paying off credit cards can be great for this because it lowers your utilization, but paying off things like loans, not so much because they aren't factored the same way. This is the biggie. Even if you've paid off the debt, any late payments from the past will stay on your credit report for up to 7 years. So in layman's, paying it off doesn't erase the history, but it does stop it from getting worse. Closed accounts. Now, here's a surprising one. If you pay off a loan, that account might close. It sounds like a good thing, but it can lower your credit age and also your credit mix, which can ding your score a little. So it's kind of like a trade-off. Your score doesn't update instantly. Keep that in mind. So don't expect to see any changes that you're making overnight. So what can we do to see real improvements? Here's where you want to hit the follow button so you can refer back to my page and find this list, which we're getting ready to jump into, so you can keep track of things you need to do as you go about repairing your credit. Off the rip, what you want to do is pay your bills on time. In fact, it's kind of the easiest thing. Well, maybe it's not because I wasn't paying my bills on time because I didn't have the money. If you can pay your bills on time, make sure that you're not missing any due dates. If you have to, set your due dates or set an alarm on your phone for prior to when it's actually due. That's going to be the biggest, quickest way that you can start to see improvements in your credit score. Keep credit card balances low. So if you're fortunate, and I wasn't, but if you're fortunate enough to have a credit card during this time, you want to keep that balance below 30%. That's actually the credit card sweet spot, and that works universally. So you can find this number on your credit report that you can pull for free, freeannualcreditreport.com. You can get one every week. It'll show you what your credit utilization number is, and you want to see that number fall either at or below 30%. Don't close accounts too quickly. I know it may be easy to get in and get out, especially if you think it's going to affect your credit differently. Like I see a lot of people who get secured cards, and once they get it unsecured, they go ahead and, close it out. No, absolutely not. You want to keep it open because it shows that you have credit age on your credit report. The longer the credit age, the more worthy you look to creditors, banks, etc. Be patient. Credit reports are like slow cookers, not microwaves. So as you make these smart decisions, paying your bills on time, keeping your credit utilization low, and also not accumulating any new debt. So if you get any offers as you start to see changes, I would definitely recommend, until you have a firm grasp on your credit, not to accept any new credit card offers should they prevail and come through. But once you start to do these items, it's very simple. Your credit will be on autopilot and it'll be working in the way that it should be, positively. The bottom line is paying off debt is an amazing step forward, even if it doesn't show up in your credit score right away. You're doing the hard work, and that counts for so much. I promise you, you're going to see payoff. Keep doing the work. Keep learning, keep growing, and I promise you, your score will follow. All right, do you have any questions about the information I just gave? Drop them in the comments. I love talking about money tips and how we can become financially stable. I'm not gonna, I hate that term, financially independent, because we're not independent. We depend on our jobs every day and whatever other source of income, if you're an influencer or whatever, we're not financially independent. Unless you're Jeff Bezos, but whatever. And if this helped, hit the like button and follow for more financial advice. Again, share this with someone else too. Don't gatekeep, share it with someone else who could benefit as well.